In less than 24 hours, what should have been a celebration of love turned into a harrowing tragedy. A union blessed before family, friends, and faith was shattered by betrayal. The young bride, radiant with hope, was no more. And the man she trusted with her heart, a preacher admired for his fiery sermons on morality, stood at the center of the unfolding horror. This is a story of deception, betrayal, and a carefully constructed lie that unraveled in the most devastating way. It's a cautionary tale of how far one man would go to protect a shameful secret he believed he could hide forever. Welcome to the Crime Hour, where we unravel the stories that leave communities stunned and lives destroyed. The respected preacher and the woman who loved him. Marcel Gaines was a man revered by many. A preacher in his mid-30s, he built his life on the foundation of faith, delivering electrifying sermons that drew crowds in search of spiritual guidance. He was seen as a beacon of hope and a moral leader. But behind the pulpit, Marcel was a man consumed by a deep and abiding insecurity, a shameful secret that he had carried since childhood. Growing up, Marcel was ridiculed by his peers, experiences that left him with a profound sense of inadequacy. As he matured, he learned to mask his vulnerabilities with a confident, polished exterior. Religion became his refuge, allowing him to channel his energy into a life of faith while keeping the world at arm's length. His commitment to chastity and purity was a shield, protecting him from intimacy and the risk of exposure. Raina Porter was the opposite. A vibrant, compassionate woman in her late 20s, she was full of hope and deeply devoted to her faith. Working as a teacher and volunteering in her community, Raina believed in love, trust, and the sanctity of marriage. When she met Marcel at a church service, she was drawn to his charisma and unwavering dedication to his beliefs. He seemed like the perfect partner, strong, principled, and deeply spiritual. A love built on deception. Marcel and Raina's relationship quickly became the talk of their church community. Their commitment to abstinence until marriage was admired as a testament to their faith. Marcel's insistence on boundaries was framed as a spiritual conviction, though it masked his fear of intimacy and exposure. Raina admired Marcel's principles, even as small doubts crept into her mind. His discomfort with physical affection, his reluctance to discuss certain aspects of their future, these moments gave her pause. But she dismissed them, trusting the man she believed embodied faith and integrity. As their wedding day approached, Raina was filled with excitement. She looked forward to a life of love and devotion. Marcel, on the other hand, was consumed by dread. He knew his carefully constructed facade was about to face its ultimate test. The wedding day. The wedding was a grand celebration. The church was adorned with flowers, the air filled with hymns of joy. Marcel stood at the altar, his smile masking his inner turmoil. Raina, radiant in her gown, believed she was stepping into the life she had always dreamed of. But beneath Marcel's composed exterior was a man in panic. He wasn't thinking about their future together. He was consumed by fear of what the wedding night would reveal. The wedding night, the truth revealed. As the festivities ended, the newlyweds retreated to their hotel room. Raina, filled with anticipation, approached Marcel with love and trust. But Marcel hesitated. When the moment of intimacy came, the truth was laid bare. Raina's joy turned to confusion and then to shock. The man she thought she knew, the man she had trusted with her heart, had deceived her. His secret, the shame he had spent a lifetime hiding, was now exposed. "You lied to me, Marcel," Raina said, her voice trembling. "This marriage is built on a lie." Marcel, desperate, tried to justify himself. "I had no choice," he pleaded. "No one would accept me otherwise. Now that we're married, you have to stay. It's what the Bible teaches." But Raina was resolute. "Marriage is about trust and honesty," she said. "You've given me neither." A fatal confrontation. As Raina packed her belongings, determined to leave, Marcel's desperation grew. He blocked the door, pleading with her to stay. When she refused, his fear turned to rage. "You can't expose me," he shouted. "Do you know what that would do to me, to my reputation?" Raina's defiance only fueled his anger. In a moment of uncontrollable rage, Marcel struck her. She fell, hitting her head on the edge of the bed. What followed was a frantic attempt to cover up his actions, but the damage was done. Raina Porter was gone. The investigation and arrest. The next morning, hotel staff discovered Raina's lifeless body. The police quickly identified Marcel as their prime suspect. Security footage and witness accounts led to a week-long manhunt. Marcel was eventually found in a rundown motel, disheveled and defeated. During his interrogation, Marcel confessed. "I didn't mean to hurt her," he said. I couldn't let her ruin me." The trial and aftermath. Marcel Gaines faced trial for second-degree murder. The prosecution painted a picture of a man who had spent his life manipulating others to hide his insecurities. Witnesses testified about his controlling behavior and the deception at the heart of his marriage to Raina. The jury found Marcel guilty, and he was sentenced to life in prison. Raina's family, devastated by their loss, spoke of her vibrant spirit and the betrayal that led to her tragic end. They established a foundation in her memory, advocating for honesty and transparency in relationships. This story is a sobering reminder of the devastating consequences of deception. Trust and honesty are the foundations of any relationship, and when they are replaced by lies, the results can be catastrophic. Marcel Gaines, in his desperate attempt to protect a secret, destroyed not only his life, but the life of the woman who loved him. And in the end, the truth he tried so hard to hide became his undoing. If you found this story insightful, please subscribe to The Crime Hour for more true crime stories that uncover the darkest corners of humanity.